All right. So, 6 months ago, Yellowstone. Practically the whole world was watching. Probably a dozen different satellites and at least a few news cameras caught you there. Yet for months, you disappeared. Why come forward now?
That's a good question. In fact, it was the question I was hoping you'd ask me. It's a long story. I'll start at the beginning.
Instead of ranting. It seems the first thing on our agenda today is Hargrave Science Corporation. They're developing what is currently being called the next step in sonic pulse generation. The sonic pulse generator apparently creates sound and
Jenna Smith?
No.
How about Annabelle Donson? Or Laura Fisher?
Clearly you don't know who you're looking for, so why don't you leave me alone?
How about ElizaNewton?
What do you want?
I'm Special Agent Daniel Latimer. I'm with the FBI.
Special agent?
Look, I'm not here to cause any problems. I'm just here to take you to my boss.
Yeah?
Look, I just want to ask you a few questions. We think you can help us with an investigation.
350 million people in this country. You can find someone else.
Wait. We thought you might say that.
Oh.
So I brought that with me.
You really think a court order is going to get me to come with you?
I really didn't want to bring it up.
Fine, let's just get this over with.
This is my partner, Special Agent Henry Roberts.
Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Or not.
Welcome, Miss Newton. Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's not my name.
Okay. I'm Jacob Reed, and I have some questions for you.
So, what do you want?
There are two possible explanations for what is in this file. Either you have managed, for some reason, to steal over 5 identities in your lifetime, or you've been alive for over 220 years, trying to keep it a secret, taking what you need here and there to stay afloat, trying to stay out of the system. Well, it appears this time we finally caught up with you.
I'll admit that I didn't care for bureaucracy at all.
Can I call
But this
you
felt
Jake?
different than the usual government questions.
So, what's the deal with this Reed guy? How do you find out about you?
I don't know. My guess is that he'd been following me for a while.
And you didn't notice?
You have to understand what it's like to live as long as I have. Your life becomes a series of events that never changes. It's like driving on the same road every day. You think changing directions or taking a different road will fix it. And at first it helps, but after a while the Nile becomes just another river. Tambora is just another hunk of rock that explodes and destroys a lot of lives. But there was one thing that I found solace in. One thing that could take my mind off everything. What do you think?
It looks like cuneiform. When I was at Oxford, I assisted my professor in translating a cuneiform script, but we've been unable to decipher most of the writings we've found.
Even though I don't know what it says, I like this one. I think I'll keep it instead of selling it.
I think we should be doing something else.
Such as?
Such as what you can do could change the world.
Maybe.
It's cold. Go on. I can't be bothered with reheating it myself. Much better. What's wrong?
I don't know. This,
What about it?
it frightens me.
Why not use it?
For what?
For what I was talking about. People without water. You could give it to them. You could stop fires, or stop a mudslide. Or start one if you'd like. We can change things. Make a difference. You've been given a gift, and you should use it if you want to. Elizabeth, you can do anything you want to do.
I couldn't think about my apartment or who could have trashed it. I just didn't care. And then I noticed my notebook was missing. A notebook containing over 200 years of collected research on the element.
Tell me more about James.
What about him?
You obviously loved him very much.
In Victorian times, it was common for a man to marry and then have mistresses. It was a time of arranged marriages, male supremacy, sexism. We weren't like any other couple. We just were.
And he isn't here now.
No. Not for a long time. I did some research, and lo and behold, the building that Reed and his men had taken me to was not owned by the FBI. In fact, it had suddenly been put up for rent. I found the closest actual FBI office and decided to pay them a visit.
I'm David Anders. Let's begin by getting your name.
I was recently contacted by an organization claiming to be the FBI. They had information on my entire life and ransacked my home.
I see. So why did you come to see me specifically?
I can't speak freely with the guard in the room.
Sure you can.
No, I can't.
We're alone.
I'll get straight to the point then. Suffice it to say, I have abilities that some would do anything to get, even impersonate the FBI.
Why should I believe you?
You did just see that.
Look, we've known about this organization for some time now. They're rogue agents. They recruit from upper levels of government agencies. We don't know much about them. We do know their MO. They're trying to acquire information on some very rare but not yet officially discovered element.
When they ransacked my apartment, the one thing I noticed was specifically missing was my research on that element.
So what's so special about this element?
It's what gave me my abilities. We have to assume that's what they're after.
Well, and I guess I've only got one other question. Why should I trust you?
Well, let's face it. If I'm not on your side, trusting me won't matter either way, will it?
Point well taken. Now, stay close by in case we need to talk to you. If I need any further information for you, I will get a hold of you.
Thanks.
It's cold. Could you warm it for me? Much better. Elizabeth, why are you here?
What do you mean?
I mean, why are you not helping people the way you used to do?
I need to be here for you.
There's nothing you can do for me, but there are things that you can do for people.
Well, that hasn't helped us as far, has it? Maybe I should have been looking for a way to remove my abilities all these years.
I said it before, and I'll say it again. Elizabeth, you can do whatever you want to do. If removing your abilities is what you truly want to do, then that is what you should do. These papers came today. They were for some doctor.
I think you have something called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Something about damage to nerve endings. Starts with basic motor skills. Loss of speech.
No treatment?
No.
So, James died of Lou Gehrig's disease.
Well, that wasn't what they called it back then, obviously. But he was one of the first diagnosed cases ever. I had the power to control the skies and move the earth. Power most people dream of.
And you stopped helping people after James.
After James, I never intended to do anything like this at all. I just sort of fell into it. Anders called me to tell me Hargreave, a research corporation in the mid-plains, was under attack and Reed was spotted on surveillance. The parts of the building were in flames. Reed was there.
I figured it was only a matter of time before you showed up.
What are you doing here?
You and I want the same thing. I've read your journals. What can give me your abilities can take them away, too.
I said, what are you doing here?
I can't tell you that unless you come work for me.
No.
For God's sake. Take cover. Take her out.
Sorry, sir. It's all right. She's here to see me. You can go.
Yes, sir.
What do you need?
They stole the Hargreave prototype pulse generator.
What? Why?
I tried to stop them. They got away.
Why? What could they possibly use with a device that can shatter brick?
I have a theory. I was infected, for lack of a better word, at the Mount Tambora supervolcano. I think it's safe to say that the element comes from under the Earth's crust. Deeper than we'll ever be able to drill, perhaps even the Earth's core. I think Reed wants to use that generator to break down the rock barriers and create a supervolcano.
And I thought an alien ring that ran on the green power of will was ridiculous.
I don't follow.
You've lived for 220 years and you've never read a Green Lantern comic book? Okay, look, where is he?
The closest supervolcano is in Yellowstone. I need to leave now to head him off before he can finish what he started.
Okay, I'll tell you what, then I'm going to call the local authorities so they can start to evacuate people. Now go.
Reed.
I thought I'd be running into you again. Did you reconsider my offer?
Wait, maybe she's right. What? Do you really think you can go against her?
Your man's got a point.
Elizabeth, you can do anything you want to do.
I think we should be doing something else.
Change the world. We can change things. Make a difference.
Elizabeth, why are you here? Why are you not helping people the way you used to? Elizabeth, you can do whatever you want to do.
After that, I left and came here.
Why here?
It was secluded. I needed to think.
About where you'll go next?
I don't know what's next for me, but I know I can't live in the shadows anymore. Reed is still out there, and there's a lot more just like him.
So you're sending a message?
So to speak.
What is the message?
I asked for you specifically, Adrian, over everybody else because I know you only present the facts. You only present the facts? Present this.